There are some red carpet appearances that feel like ordinary celebrity moments, and then there are those that carry a much deeper sense of history. For Shen Yue, her return to the Changchun Film Festival after 8 years feels like one of those unforgettable moments. In 2026, Shen Yue stepped into the spotlight at the 21st Changchun Film Festival, and for longtime fans, the significance went far beyond a glamorous red carpet appearance. It felt like a full-circle moment for an actress whose career has changed dramatically since she first appeared at the festival years ago. 8 years may not sound like forever, but in the entertainment industry, 8 years can completely transform a young actress's image, experience, confidence, and place in the industry. That is exactly why Shen Yue's return feels so special. When Shen Yue first became widely recognized, she was still at the beginning of a journey that would eventually take her from a promising young performer to one of the most recognizable actresses of her generation. Back then, she carried the freshness and innocence of a rising star. Today, she arrives with years of experience behind her, a growing filmography, major television projects, variety show appearances, fashion events, brand partnerships, and a much more mature presence. Seeing her return to Changchun after 8 years almost feels like opening an old photo album and discovering how much has changed. The Changchun Film Festival itself carries a special place in Chinese cinema culture. It is an event where filmmakers, actors, industry professionals, and audiences come together to celebrate the art of film. For an actress, appearing on such a stage is more than simply walking a red carpet. It is an opportunity to be seen within the broader conversation surrounding Chinese cinema. For Shen Yue, that makes her 2026 appearance particularly meaningful. 8 years ago, she was still associated strongly with the image of a young actress who had captured audiences with her natural charm and relatable personality. She had the kind of screen presence that made viewers feel as though they were watching someone familiar rather than a distant celebrity. That quality became one of her biggest strengths. But time has a way of changing everything. Over the years, Shen Yue has experienced the highs and challenges that come with growing up in the public eye. She has taken on different characters, explored different genres, appeared on variety programs, attended major entertainment events, and continued developing her craft. Each project has added another layer to her professional identity. That is why the Shen Yue who returned to Changchun in 2026 was not exactly the same Shen Yue fans remembered from 8 years earlier. She was more experienced, more confident, more established, and perhaps most importantly, she seemed comfortable in the person she had become. There is something powerful about seeing an actress return to a place connected with an earlier chapter of her career. Instead of simply recreating the past, she gets the chance to stand in the same world as a more accomplished version of herself. That contrast is what makes the moment emotional for longtime followers. Fans who have followed Shen Yue for years have watched her journey unfold gradually. They remember the youthful actress who was still discovering her place in the industry. They remember the excitement surrounding her early successes and the enormous attention that followed her breakout performances. Now, they are seeing an actress who has accumulated years of professional experience. The difference is not simply physical appearance or fashion. It is in the way she carries herself. There is a certain calmness that comes with experience. The lights become familiar. The cameras become familiar. The red carpet becomes less intimidating. Interviews become easier. Public appearances become opportunities to express personality rather than moments to simply survive. And that maturity was one of the most noticeable aspects of Shen Yue's Changchun return. Her appearance also comes at an interesting stage in her career. Rather than being defined only by the projects that first made her famous, Shen Yue continues to expand her acting portfolio. Her newer work has given audiences opportunities to see different sides of her personality and performance style. This is especially important because one of the biggest challenges for young actors is escaping the expectations created by their breakthrough roles. Once audiences fall in love with a particular image, they naturally want to see it again. But an actress cannot remain in exactly the same place forever. Growth requires change. For Shen Yue, that change has been visible over the years. Her career has moved through television dramas, entertainment programs, fashion appearances, commercial events, and increasingly ambitious acting opportunities. Every new project gives her another chance to demonstrate that she is capable of evolving beyond the image audiences first associated with her. That makes Changchun 2026 feel almost symbolic. It is not simply Shen Yue returning to a festival. It is Shen Yue returning to a chapter of her own history as someone who has grown considerably since the last time she stood there. And perhaps that is why fans reacted with such excitement. There is also something beautiful about the number 8 itself. 8 years creates enough distance for people to recognize just how much can happen in a career. Someone who was once considered a rising star can become an established name. Someone who was still learning how to navigate fame can become an experienced public figure. For Shen Yue, those 8 years have contained countless memories. There have been successful projects, new collaborations, major events, unexpected opportunities, difficult moments, and countless interactions with fans. Her journey has never been completely predictable, which is part of what makes it interesting. Her return to Changchun therefore becomes a visual representation of that journey. One moment she is the young actress from years ago. The next, she is standing on the same kind of prestigious stage as a more mature performer. It almost feels like the past and present meeting in one frame. And for fans, that kind of moment can be surprisingly emotional. The red carpet itself becomes more than a fashion event. Every camera flash seems to carry a little piece of history. Every photograph becomes a reminder of how far she has traveled. Of course, fashion also plays an important role in red carpet culture, and Shen Yue's appearance naturally attracted attention for that reason. But what makes this particular appearance more interesting is that the fashion is only one part of the story. The real attraction is the woman wearing it. A beautiful dress can create a memorable photograph, but an 8-year career creates a story. That story is what fans are celebrating. There is also an important difference between being famous and becoming established. Fame can arrive suddenly. One successful drama can transform an unknown performer into a household name almost overnight. But staying relevant requires something different. It requires resilience. It requires adaptation. It requires continuing to work even when the spotlight moves elsewhere. Shen Yue's journey demonstrates that kind of persistence. She has remained active across different areas of entertainment and continued building her career instead of relying entirely on the success of her earliest projects. That is why seeing her at a major film festival in 2026 feels significant. She is no longer simply the newcomer everyone is discovering. She is part of a generation of actresses whose careers are continuing to develop in front of the audience. And there is something incredibly satisfying about watching that evolution. For longtime fans, the Changchun return may also bring back memories of the excitement surrounding Shen Yue's early career. It invites people to compare the actress they remember with the actress standing on the red carpet today. The differences are obvious, but so are the similarities. The charm is still there. The warmth is still there. The ability to connect with audiences is still there. But now, those qualities are supported by experience. That combination can be powerful. As Shen Yue continues moving forward, moments like Changchun 2026 may become important milestones that fans look back on years from now. They show that a career is not built around one unforgettable role or one viral moment. It is built through many small steps, many decisions, and many opportunities to grow. 8 years ago, Shen Yue was looking toward the future. In 2026, she returned with a future that had already become part of her present. That is what makes this Changchun appearance feel so special. It represents a journey from discovery to experience, from youthful promise to professional maturity, and from being watched as a rising star to standing confidently as an established actress. And perhaps the most beautiful part is that her story is nowhere near finished. If anything, this return feels like another beginning. The Changchun Film Festival gave Shen Yue an opportunity to revisit a place connected to her past. But she did not arrive as the same person who left 8 years ago. She arrived carrying the experiences of everything that happened in between. For fans who have watched her career from the beginning, that realization can be incredibly meaningful. 8 years later, Shen Yue is still walking toward the future, still taking on new challenges, still creating new memories, and still giving audiences reasons to keep watching. Her Changchun return is therefore more than a red carpet moment. It is a reminder of how far she has come. It is a celebration of growth. It is a reunion between an actress and a chapter of her past. And most importantly, it is a glimpse at the next chapter of Shen Yue's journey. After 8 years, she came back to Changchun not simply as the young star fans once knew, but as a more experienced, confident, and established actress. And that is exactly why this return feels so special.